Hello, Tangerine. Tony, some of these tapes are so fucking weird. We did not know what to
Okay.
do with them. The wheel of the worst. No, it's not the Red
Ha
Letter Media
wait, you
intro.
feel a bit, you bit hard, feel a bit half in the bag.
A bit half in the bag. I guess you could say
Yeah.
that man's committing a crime. What is he, a space cop?
Oh dear, red letter media references all around. Anyway, yes, this is our miscellaneous.
Yep.
I say ours. It's your miscellaneous plays of Steam games.
You can play as many demos as you want, Tony. I will.
I played as many demos as I did want, Joe.
What did
The
you?
number was 0.
Okay. Well, I'm saying I play 30 demos. Maybe you play 15 next time, and then
Right,
we split it in
right.
half.
Yeah, get on it.
This is BLACKTAIL. I think I talked about this on the podcast before briefly. I may have shown a trailer for it on the
I
podcast.
remember something like a vague short thing about this, but I don't
So
remember
it's like
anything.
I thought it just looked really weird and interesting. And if it looks weird and interesting, then I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Um, Become the Witch of the Woods in BLACKTAIL. Slavic myth comes to life in surreal first-person action adventure. Discover Yaga's story and guide her along the path to become either the fearsome guardian of the forest or the dark legend that haunts child's nightmares.
Oh, a frame limiter. Look at that.
There is like some sort of karma system in this game where you can do like good or evil actions, which was kind of interesting. It's an FPA, Tony. It's a first-person archer game.
See, I think it's okay. Okay. All right. Well, you
But
still shoot. Hang on, hang on. You still shoot with a bow, so it's still a shooter.
yeah, it's a shooter, but it's definitely not
But it's not.
a
Yeah.
shooter category.
Normally, what happens is like it's not. It's not in the same vein as an actual normal shooter.
So you're an archer, but you also have magic powers with this like dark fairy tale vibe. It sort of reminds me of like American McGee's Alice story, like sort of vibe where it's like dark twisted fairy tales, or like
Yeah.
it is that very like Brothers Grimm sort of like dark fairy
Yeah.
tales sort of thing.
Yeah.
You ever watch that TV show Grimm?
Yeah, I did actually.
Oh, I like that TV
I watched
show.
all the way to the end.
I didn't watch it to the end. Does it have a good ending?
No.
Okay, well there it is, guys.
Just watch the first. I don't know. The first 2 seasons are good, but
Yeah,
you
I
don't need to
watched
watch
like the
anything
first
else.
couple of seasons, then I fell off of it, and then I was like,
Yeah, you didn't. I guess there's still some interesting stuff in the later ones, but like unless like really invested, you don't need to watch it.
there it is.
But I quite like the characters, so I had to watch it.
Yeah, so this game's quite story rich, so it does have these choices matter, light and dark actions.
It's a creepy tree.
Also, have you seen these owls with spirits in them?
Yeah, why are you shooting them?
Oh, I'm just mental. I don't
Right.
like them. I don't like them.
Wait, wait.
Yeah, it has like these light and dark actions, but sometimes it's not always clear what the moral choice is.
Right.
Um,
Ambiguous.
where you can like save squirrels from traps, or you can kill them, which is the evil action, or you can like here we go, like you can choose the path of light or the path of darkness. I have no idea if there's ever like it's got that choice. I put choices matters in quotation marks, so I'm like I
Yeah.
have no idea if these actions actually do anything. Like you never know until you see the end
You
of the game.
Yeah, well, I would say that I don't want it just to be at the end of the game. I think if you only allow actions to show at the end of the game, that's kind of like a cheap way of doing it. In my opinion, it needs to be something that starts changing things, like continuously, like in the middle of the game.
But the main story is you lose your sister in the forest and you go looking for her, and then weird shit starts happening with this witch, and that's sort of like the general premise. And there's like this little tutorial section where it gets you to like learn to craft arrows and hunt deer for meat and stuff like that. And it is sort of open world, but then you'll have like certain moments where you'll have to get an ability or something to be able to cross into a certain area, and it's sort of open, but I would say it's still pretty
Like,
linear in a lot of ways.
is it maybe Metroidvania but open world? Maybe.
Mm, You have to. I would say it's more linear than a Metroidvania.
Right, so it's like you're locked. Okay, so like you have to get to the
it
next
might
area
be
you
like,
need and
you know, like
mechanic.
Bioshock, where it seems less linear than it actually is. I feel like it might be one of those
It's like
situations.
that. Okay.
Where it allows you to travel backwards if you want, but you can only really travel forward in one direction. I think it's like that.
So it's like I guess like a faux open world, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting looking game. I'm just a bit. I
Yeah,
don't
it
understand the
was.
gameplay.
Like, I think I liked this one from what I played. Performance was a bit all over the place until I turned DLSS on, which
Right.
is not promising for people without 2000 series plus cards.
Yeah, that has to be Nvidia, not AMD cards.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear FSR 2.0 is coming out?
I hear that you have to implement it per game though.
Well, I assume that's why it looks so much better than FSR 1. I don't. Did you ever
Yeah,
use FSR
much.
1.0?
Oh, like a DLSS 1.0.
No, did you ever use FSR 1.0?
No, I haven't used either of them.
I've used it, and it is garbage. It is so bad.
Yeah.
It looks like someone smears Vaseline on your screen when you use
Well,
FSR.
DLSS 1.0 wasn't very good either, so I think it's a very similar problem.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Like when you don't take in the temporal information, it doesn't look as good.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, hopefully FSR 2.0, even if it's not system level like it will be with FSR 1.0 in the Steam Deck, that there will be a wide enough adoption rate that FSR 2.0 will be in a lot of games.
If it's still open source, it should make it a lot easier to implement. So.
Because based on the screenshots, it seemed like the FSR 2.0 could actually be like performance increasing good anti-aliasing, which is like what DLSS quality can do, where you get performance increase and you get good anti-aliasing on your screen as well, where it can actually give you performance while improving the visual quality. So hopefully it is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious to see how it stacks up.
That being said, BLACKTAIL.
Interesting game.
It is a really interesting game.
I'm just very confused on the everything. Well, the gameplay. I'm a bit confused.
It starts off kind of slow, sort of like tutorialized stuff. You then start fighting like random stuff with your bow in the forest, and then you start chasing stuff.
How's that? What the? Okay.
Fuck is a Sonic? And then this is when it starts to get weird.
Ham. It's going absolutely ham. Okay.
Yeah, it really has that dark Alice in Wonderland vibe to it.
Yeah. I was gonna say like Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. No, this is cool. Okay.
You can use black cats to teleport back to places you've already been, sort of thing.
Oh.
My mask. It's trembling.
I was a hidden house all along.
You can use the cauldron. So there's like some sort of light RPG mechanics where you can upgrade your character, which is pretty interesting. There's some weird story shit going on.
This is not a dream. What do you...
Fight some weird creatures. You talk to some mushrooms.
Okay.
And there's light and dark ways to do the quest as well.
Oh, okay, so you have to like try and like figure out.
Oh, the whole demo they keep telling you that there's a dragon.
What?
That you have to get. They want you to go and slay this dragon because he keeps eating the mushrooms. They keep like sacrificing mushrooms for the dragon, but no one's actually seen the dragon, so you don't actually know if it's an actual dragon or if it's just something else.
It might be something else terrifying.
And that's like one of the big like mysteries of the demo, which kept me interested in the story quite a lot.
That is interesting, yeah. No, yeah, this is very interesting. Man. Okay. I mean, when I saw talking mushrooms, you know, I'm gonna have to add it to my wish list.
Oh.
So. It can't be a mushroom.
They want you to go and slay this dragon. That's when it starts to open up a bit more. So you go talk to this knight about slaying the dragon.
Oh.
That's when you learn you have like new magical powers. This game does a lot.
Alright.
You have to talk to the
A lot of
spy,
effort's been put into this.
and you have like this boss fight with the spy. Or is
That's
it?
a
No,
cool
you
enemy,
fight
though.
the rebel.
That is a really cool enemy.
You get into like he summons like these ragdoll things that attack you that are like ragdoll
they're-
knights. There's so
I
much
feel like
going
they're
on
not
in this
possessed.
game.
Without telling you what's going on. That's
Yeah.
kinda cool. They're like storytelling through stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's really cool.
Well.
There's these bugs that there's these
What?
bugs that come up and you give them like antidotes and
What's
stuff to
wrong
help
with
them.
that?
You remember I was talking about moral choices where
Yeah.
you're helping out these bugs who are like in pain and stuff, but they're also messages from hell or something like that.
What? Okay.
Yeah, so you're helping out these bugs, but they're also like doing evil things. So it's like a cloudy good choice
Yeah, I
on
like
the on
that.
the moral
That's cool.
compass.
Very ambiguous. You don't know if you're actually doing good or not.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Okay.
This might
Okay, this is what. Okay, this is very interesting.
somehow
But you plant like a law.
might as well
Why is he called Twig?
You sure?
But he's saying he's because you put the honey to lure the dragon out, and he goes, my sister's in the cave. Can you go and save her
Always.
in this dragon cave?
There's no dragons in the cave.
Well, that's what comes at the end of the demo. You get to see what's in the cave. I'm building up my
Spoilers.
arrows here. Well, Tony, I'm gonna say this one ends like the Eternal Cylinder, where it builds up
Oh, no.
it builds up this really really cool cliffhanger, and then it just ends the demo on you like that.
No.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. I still want to know what the fuck's going on in the Eternal
With the
Cylinder.
mathematician in the Eternal
Yeah,
Cylinder.
like, what the fuck was that? Like, I still think about that time to time. It's like, okay, that was a good demo.
There? You've got to be kidding me.
Don't worry, there's another way out. Blossom, are you there? Blossom!
Blossom, his sister, he's got to save her from the dragon that's down here.
I'm going for her.
Is the dragon an analogy for something else? Is it something else? Is it really a dragon?
I can't believe you fell for that.
The only one. Twig, I'll get you for this.
Oh, you're not going anywhere.
You're like, oh, what's going... There's a dragon down here. What's going on?
Kill Twig.
It wouldn't let me kill Twig. I was trying to kill it.
Really? Okay. Protected character.
Yeah.
Alright, it's a mathematician from the Eternal Cylinder.
We're screwed. And that's like... So it has that
Oh,
cliffhanger demo ending where you're like, oh, what's going on? I gotta play this again. Oh, Tony, how did this Don't Romantic first get here?
I've already seen this one before!
Okay, so I said to Tony, like, I played all of the demos, and I played Dome Romantic, and I was like, holy shit, this is my favorite demo I've played in years. This demo is so good. This is by far my favorite demo I played, and I decided it deserved its own spotlight. But I have all this unused footage of me playing it, which I just left in here because... Oh, you get to the other palettes! If you haven't seen the Spotlight and Done Romantic, check it out, because it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, different
Oh, you get to
palettes.
see the lift
Oh,
as well.
It is. The lift. It's best in slot.
Yeah, guys, Dome Romantic's really fucking good. Check out the Spotlight in this. It's a game I played in the demo
Yeah,
festival
yeah.
and I was blown away.
It's
by
a
it.
long one, but it's good.
Oh, next up we have a really weird one. My Friendly Neighborhood.
Okay.
This is my one of my new favorite genres of games, Tony. Puppet horror games.
Yeah.
You remember I played that
I mean,
VR
it's
game?
interesting.
Hello Puppets VR. I thought this was just going to be like a straight up like survival horror game, but it's actually very much like Resident Evil. It's like a Resident Evil Papa horror game. So you know, like when I was playing Resident Evil 2, I could board up the windows to stop the zombies coming back in.
Yeah.
In this game, you shoot the puppets, and then you need to use the instead of having wooden boards as a resource, you use the resource of duct tape to tape the zombies down, the puppets down,
Right.
so they can't get back up. So that makes duct tape really valuable. You can't automatically reload your weapons. You have to go into your attaché case, Tony, and inside your attaché case, you equip magazines with separate letters on them. So you only can stack the ones with the same letter on them.
Right. Okay. Very Resident Evil inspired.
And
okay.
every time you want to save, you have to pay to save in like a what's it called? When you have to pay for electricity by the minute sort of thing.
Like a
meter.
meter.
Yeah, like a meter, but it's
Yeah,
similar to like
yeah.
the ink cartridges you had in the original Resident Evil.
Yeah. Which they removed for 4, but okay.
It's not in by default in the 2 remake, but you can, if you play on the hardcore or the harder difficulty, you can
bring it back.
have it back. Yeah.
I'm not sure I want it back, but I mean, it's okay. It depends. It depends what I'm feeling, I suppose.
So you have to pay to save. There's long door opening animations. Similar to, you know, like Resident Evil. It is like playing a puppet version of Resident Evil. It is very interesting. It's a banger from Dread XP. I've talked about Dread XP in the past, where they do like these compilations of loads of different horror games.
Yeah.
And I remember last Demo Festival I played that RPG one, and I fucking hated it. I was like, this is so boring, I hate it.
Yeah.
I feel like Dread XP is a little hit and miss, from like it doesn't have the same moniker of quality as like a New Blood or Devolver. But
they're trying, I suppose.
I think Dread XP is really, they do have that niche down of interesting horror games, which I quite like, and I think this is definitely one of them where we are getting to see an interest that they're publishing this one. So we are getting to see something they've put their stamp of approval on, and I think it is definitely worth it. Checking this one out, especially if you're a fan of Resident Evil like me.
Or puppets.
Or puppets, yeah, I guess. Who would have thought that, you know, fucking Bernie from Sesame Street could be so terrifying?
Well, I find puppets are kind of terrifying, so I feel like it makes a lot of sense. Oh my god. Absolutely terrifying.
Or you have, like, the caution system where you, like, have the health status effect and you have to heal it.
Yeah. I don't have a map.
Oh, you have to find maps in the world which then let you
right,
have the ability
okay.
to see stuff. I love to sing.
That is...
I'm like, shit, how do I reload my gun? There's no reload button. I'm trying to desperately reload my gun. You've got to stop, go into a attaché case, and then manually load your weapons. It is fucking like... It brings... You know, like in Resident Evil 2, like, you have the tank controls on the CCTV... Or Resident Evil 1, where you have the tank controls on the CCTV, and it's like, shit, I need to do this very quickly. So you'll be in the middle of getting chased by a bunch of enemies, and you're like, shit, I've got to put my case down in the world, and then manually equip this ammo, and then put it back into my gun. Like, it has that sort of, like, purposefully slowing you down to increase tension vibe to it, which I think can be done quite good. I mean, it's a very fine line between...
I think you should never make it annoying, but yeah, you can definitely
increase tension without making something annoying,
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I don't agree with like, oh, like you make it bad, that makes it more tense. I think no, you're slowing it down to make it more tense, not making it bad. Right, take him down. It's such an
sort of
interesting mechanic.
Yeah, so the main like gameplay of this is either running past enemies to get resources, you're like looting a lot, grabbing lockers, finding duct tape and ammo and stuff, and then you're going around essentially solving puzzles in order to try and figure out what's going on in this Saturday morning puppet show.
Hmm. Oh, wait.
That's the
Okay.
classic jump scare.
Yeah.
You play as Gordon,
What?
a repairman sent to get to the bottom of this disturbing dilemma, fend off puppets, and solve puzzles in the survival horror game.
Gordon Freeman.
Oh, there's the save station. So you can do a save station, which saves your game. You can also pay to heal in these heal stations.
Oh, it's like a job card sort of system. Okay.
Yeah, like a punch card sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's like a puzzle up here involving clocks.
Right.
I think I got really stuck on it. Bugger. Oh, you know, it reminds me of the other secret horror game, Bug Splat. The other puppet horror game.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, guys, fucking. What's it called? Bug Splat? What's it called? Bug Snacks.
Yeah.
Guys, if you don't know, Bug Snacks is a secret horror game. Just letting you guys know so you don't get scared when you play that one.
Oh no.
I think I skipped to me being able to solve the puzzle. I think I had to read like a guide on the Steam community hub to being able to like just to point me in the right direction. I was very confused at first with this one. But that's going to be your main gameplay loop is shooting puppets, tying them up, looting lockers and solving little puzzles.
Yeah.
It's that very like Resident Evil style. And if you like that sort of thing, then this is going to be the game for you. And if you don't, then check out something else, I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna find it annoying.
I think this is a little banger from Dread XP.
Yeah.
I think it ends, just you go into an elevator and it ends. I think I've got to the end of the demo. It's very bright. Hey there, John here. Thank you very much for playing the demo. You love to see it. So we'll move on. Forward, Escape the Fold, Tony. It wouldn't be a demo festival without playing a card game. Not really a deck builder, this one. It's more just a card game.
Just a straight up card game, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I have notes for this. It's pretty straightforward, this one. Basically, you put your card forward to go forward, and then you have to make choices based on which direction you want to go, and then which direction you go changes what will happen. So going forward here will give you gold. And then when you move into a slot with an enemy is opposing you, he will attack you. And then you'll both hit each other. So basically,
they will attack you.
Yeah, so basically you're trying to, it's like a dungeon thing almost, where you're moving your card around in order to grab as much gold and resources as possible without losing too much health.
Yeah.
Because you eventually go to shops where you can spend your gold and buy upgrades. It's essentially like it is a bite-sized roguelite dungeon crawler is what it says on the Steam page, which I agree with. It's sort of like a really condensed down dungeon crawler in the same way like Book of Demons is a condensed down ARPG sort of thing.
Yeah.
It is like
it's just very interesting though.
It's very simple as well, which I think is going to be quite positive for a lot of people to play it. The complexity comes in when you start to get items where like you can get poisoned by certain enemies, and there'll be an item that means every time you get poisoned you get healed, so sometimes you'll want to get poisoned, and then those sort of like relic system will bring the complexity into it. I played it for quite a bit. I played it for about 20 minutes. I thought it was quite fun. It's sort of like a chill game. It's sort of like a game where I could see that was like Slay the Spire, where you would sit down and play it for like 20 minutes, and then you would spend hours not knowing that you've been spending hours.
Yeah.
Obviously not as complex as a game like Slay the Spire, but definitely still there's fun to be had in this one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it just looks very satisfying, I suppose.
Yeah,
Simple and satisfying.
it is a satisfying game. I don't think I have particularly a lot to say about it. It's quite simple and it's quite fun. That's really what I've got to say about it.
Okay.
Definitely a fun little game just to play in between, stop gaps, or just to load up when you wanna play. So definitely check that one out. Next up we have Tony.
This is the one I've been waiting for. Here we go.
Tony, I'm convinced there's somebody in the world who's designing games for me, because who else would want a golf with your friends meets Slay the Spire, a golf-based deck building game?
I don't know. I don't know anybody else who'd want a golf deck building game.
It sounds like a game designed for me. I'm convinced.
So what was this game called?
Golfie.
Golfie.
Yeah. So you have like these cards, and the amount of cards. So you have a deck, so it's like a deck builder. So you want to keep a certain thinness to it, so you can make sure you draw the cards that you want to draw and stuff like that. Every card you put into it. But you also have a heat system. So you can only play a certain amount of cards in a turn, and better cards will have more heat on them.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
But then you'll also be able to get cards that like reduce the amount of. You'll be able to get like fans that reduce the amount of heat.
Right. Okay.
So that's where like the strategy of the deck building really comes in. You get to see me struggling how to use the activatable on the jetpack initially. I wasn't sure what button I was supposed to be pressing. I really like the soundtrack for this one. It's got a cool little soundtrack. But this one, you don't initially get it first because it's such a weird concept.
Yeah.
But once you get into it, it starts to really get swinging. I had a lot of fun with this one. You can see I'm just drawing, but I'm always drawing what I discard because my deck's so small. But obviously, as you get a bigger deck, you might not have that luxury. So it's something to think about.
Yeah.
Here's me
I guess like the basic putt is very bad compared to like, actually using cards.
This is just me not being able to figure out that you need to press 1 or just click on the jetpack when you use it in order to use the jetpack. Like, oh, that's how you use the jetpack. There it is. Tutorial done. And then you get to choose where you go. You can pick a glitch now, so I get to remove a card. What were the other ones there? Start with a random perk or add a random rare card to the deck. I think I added a card to the deck because it was so small and it was a rare card.
Yeah. Might as well.
But I think outside the tutorial I actually have 7 cards. I think got an emergency parachute. So you are incentivized to pick up gold because this will let you buy stuff in a shop to add more cards or remove cards or classic deck building stuff. And it's when you just start like combining different abilities in order to find the best way to get your golf ball into the hole. I think this game really shines. It's like a strategy golf game. I mean, you're trying to figure out the best strategy to get. I mean, golf's kind of a strategy game in a way.
Yeah. This just adds more to it. Did you draw up to 3 every time?
I guess, yeah. But
Okay.
I think there's cards that make you draw more, maybe.
No, I'm just wondering, like, you might as well try and use all 3.
Well, some of them like curve your shots or do stuff that wouldn't be
Some are
desirable.
Yeah.
And some have lots of heat, so you may not be able to use them all.
Right, okay.
I did find the one that was like a teleporter, which was quite interesting, where you can use it to quickly teleport around obstacles, sort of thing, which was quite interesting. I think you're always trying to get under par, and I think for every one you get under par, you get more gold.
Right, okay. And the pars are quite high. Okay.
I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on this one, because I think it's really interesting. It definitely doesn't fit into any categories that we normally. I mean, golf obviously, but
yeah, but it doesn't even like. I guess it's not like a normal golf game still.
When you hit these, you get to pick a card. So I was testing out the portal where you get to place 2 linked portals. Oh, as you can see, there's the coolant, which like reduces your heat. And I was like, oh, that sounds OP. 3 heat, and I can just teleport to the end. There's a range on it. You can't just like immediately teleport to the end, like I was trying to do.
Nice try.
But it's good if you need to like teleport over a small obstacle, like you have a lot of really dangerous obstacles. That's when the portal's going to come in clutch. And it's perfect. So you run out of lives, and then it ends. So it's a
right.
It has that Slay the Spire roguelite element where you just start again, and then you get like a randomly generated golf level, and you just multiplayer coming soon as well, Tony. There's going to be multiplayer in this game.
I can't wait.
This game is going to be
great.
It's going to be good. I am going to play. It is very strange. It is a game designed for me and me. It feels like. Just based on the games I play.
Yeah, it's just based on what you play, we've made this game for you.
It's like you told an AI what games I play, and an AI made this game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, aren't people just AI?
And on that note, we have Hamster Playground. Okay,
What?
I saw this and I was like, this looks really cool. Just graphically looks good. But I had no idea what the gameplay was. I was like, based on the videos I saw, I thought it might be a platformer. And I was like, if this is a platformer, this is going to be really cool. This is The Sims, but it's The Sims with hamsters.
Right.
Or it's like, what is it called? Neopets or Tamagotchis or whatever.
Yeah.
So you're essentially just caring for the needs of your hamsters, and then you can go to the Hamster Playground to do little activities, but they're very like gameplay light. A little too gameplay light for my liking. I would have liked more gameplay.
So the thing with The Sims, that you have like these like big lofty goals, like you do like wait for your Sims to do stuff, but you're still like planning things out.
Sort of the core gameplay loop of this is you can train up your hamsters to become better at certain things, and that will be
It's like Nintendogs then.
Yeah, that will be like the replayability for people who enjoy this sort of thing. Like this could be a good Switch game, I guess. Maybe like people who like the Animal Crossing sort of stuff, where it's very gameplay light.
I don't know though.
I don't know. Do you think there's an audience for people who play The Sims for this sort of management stuff?
Yeah, 100%. Like light management, yeah. It's like, especially like, I think if you added like more
there's no building.
I think there's something to be said for like because this is you don't need building, but like if you have like the Nintendo's idea of, like management when they're at home, then like you go out and like do these little mini games. That could be like a way to do that. But I think there's definitely a market, but I just feel like most people look at that probably looking more towards what Nintendo puts out.
Because I saw this and I was like, this looks like nothing I've ever seen before, and then I played it and I was like, it's interesting, but it's not for me at all. I don't like playing this.
To me, it's missing
Oh,
something.
next
but I
up
can't
we
tell you what it
have
is.
Little Orpheus. Little Orpheus is a game I've played before. As I said to you, I think it was the end of last year, the start of this year. I've been getting into mobile gaming,
Okay.
and I got like I think it was when you get an iPhone, you get like 3 months free of Apple TV and Apple Arcade. So I was like,
Mm.
oh, I'll try Apple Arcade and I'll see what games are on there. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, I played some interesting games. I didn't know how to capture gameplay on my phone, so I've been playing mobile games, but I don't have any footage of them. And then I
Right.
found out there was a game on Apple Arcade that was an Apple Arcade exclusive called Little Orpheus. And then I found out it was also coming to PC. So I was like, oh, if it's an Apple Arcade exclusive, I might as well try it on the mobile phone before it comes to PC. And then they did a demo for it for Next Fest. I was like, well, I've been playing this on my mobile, so I can capture gameplay footage of what I've been playing on my mobile phone. And yeah, it's pretty. So it's made by the Chinese Room. If you don't know, they did Dear Esther, and they also did Amnesia and Machine for Pigs. So they're very
Yeah.
well versed in making like story heavy like immersive experiences.
Yeah, that's their big thing.
And I gotta say, playing this on mobile like blew me away how good it looked.
Okay. So it looks like this on mobile
Yes,
as
yes.
well. Right, that's really
I
good.
played this game and I was like, holy shit! Like, I've not played mobile games in a long time, and they can look like this. This is insane. Like, this is running on my phone. Which I think is crazy. Don't know if there's chromic aberration on the phone, but I did turn it off on the demo because I didn't like it that much, the chromic aberration they had on.
Right.
I wanted to
It's
immerse
not for
myself.
everyone.
Yeah, I wanted to immerse myself playing it on the phone, like, because I could have just played it on my mobile at home, and then you plugged a control because I have a Xbox Elite Series 2 controller with Bluetooth in it. So I could have just connected an Xbox controller to my phone through Bluetooth really easily, and just because this has full controller support on the mobile, so I was like, it would be. I think it would have been a lot easier. And now playing it on the PC with the controller, it definitely is a lot easier with a controller. But I really wanted to test it out as a mobile game and how it stood up as a mobile game. And
Yeah.
for the most part, controlling it on a phone is quite good. There's a couple of times where I'm like, I want to climb here, and then I'll accidentally jump, or I want to jump and I accidentally like climb and stuff like that. And sometimes holding your finger in a direction on the phone screen to walk in a certain direction will cover up a lot of what I need to see on the screen because my hand's on the screen, which is annoying. But
Yeah.
obviously, there's
there's
limitation to touch controls until you know plug a controller in. But
Yeah.
I want to say this game really surprised me. I've only played the first 2 chapters. I believe it was originally released episodically. And but what I've played the first 2 chapters have been really fun. Again, it's quite gameplay light, but that's the kind of the bread and butter of the Chinese Room, I would say, where they're more like graphically and story focused.
Yeah.
And again, you got to remember this game was an Apple exclusive game for a year, so this game has been designed for a mobile phone. So you've got to like take in consideration the design decisions when it comes to the design decisions when it comes to designing a game for a mobile device.
It's a little Steam Deck game, is what you could say.
Yeah, you could play this on a Steam Deck for sure. But this game's really fun. The story's really funny as well. You're getting interviewed. I believe it's set in like Soviet Russia, and you go to the you're on a mission to go to the center of the Earth, and you go there and you're retelling the story of how you discovered there's actually like dinosaurs roaming there. You know, like in the classic tale of people going to the center of the Earth, and then there's like these lush
other worlds. Yeah,
everything's giant, and you know, there's these dinosaurs. I'm not sure the story. Gone.
I think it's based on like, the Hollow Eartham idea, like back before
Yeah.
it understood that was underneath the crust.
So I'm not sure where they're going with this, where it's going to be like, this is actually what's happening because you're getting interviewed after the fact and you're retelling the story, or it's going to be like an analogy for
Yes.
sort of like what actually was happening and what was going on in like the Soviet era and stuff like that. I know this game won a bunch of awards, so I'm
I
gonna
would
have
say that the studio tends to do like some stuff that like kind of messes with you. So I would assume there's like something to do about it.
but from what I played, it's really fun. There's like, it's basically like platforming and stealth, sort of, is basically the main bread and butter gameplay when it comes to this game. So you can see the platforming
Okay.
here, and then there's sections where you have to like hide from a dinosaur, and then in chapter 2 you meet like these weird creatures that live inside of the whole world, and you have to hide from some of them. The demo only really covers chapter 1, and I'm not sure how many chapters there are. I'll have a look. It says on the store page.
Another part of the rocket trip. But still no sign of little Orpheus.
I do feel like it was improved playing on a PC. Not to say it was still a good mobile experience, but having like headphones and playing with a controller was definitely a lot better.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you like how good it still was on phone, that I still felt like I had a good experience comparing it to the PC version.
It does look very pretty. Like it's a very nice looking. It's a pleasing looking game.
Yeah. No. I was gonna say,
Nice little game.
I wanted to. This is like, I feel like Apple Arcade. I feel like no one talks about it. I actually think it's quite a good deal.
Yeah, I mean, when I hear people talk about like, they say like it is like especially for mobile games, it's like it's like,
There's quite a lot of stuff
it's
you can
pretty
get on
good.
it, like because
it's better than it should be compared to competition. Oh,
Like-
dinosaur.
Yeah, because like playing original games like Little Orpheus, I'm like, these are great, and then I play like what's it called? Exit the Gungeon was really good. I played that as well on my mobile. That was really fun. And then there's also, of course, the you can get access to basically the mobile ports of PC games. So I've played like the Hot Lava on mobile version. I've played the What the Golf mobile version, which is an amazing experience.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
And how much is Apple Arcade? It's like £5 a month. That could be pretty good.
I think it depends like how much you're playing games on your phone.
I mean, obviously it's not as good as like something like Game Pass, but if you're someone who plays the majority of your games on mobile, or you're somebody who likes to just play like a game on your mobile, it might be worth it rather than just buying a game. You could have access to a load of games and then just, you know, try a bunch of games out. I mean, at least the 3-month trial thing was definitely worth it for sure. Like from what I experienced from it, so.
Oh.
Its greed is without bottom. Its hunger
Get to like go between the CCTV, oh not CCTV, but the recordings. Just wanted to show you like hiding from the dinosaur.
Right, it's just like traverse and like okay.
These are like, yeah, so this is how like the stealth section, you hide as an egg
Yeah,
to hide from the dinosaur, but that's how that works. But yeah, Little Office is really cool. I'd recommend it, even though I'm usually someone who's not a big fan of gameplay like games. I did really enjoy the visuals and playing Little Orpheus. Next up we have Relentless Soul. What I have to say about this one is it needed dialogue speed options or a way to skip past them faster, because I was reading them and there was way too many of them and they were way too long. What I'll say about the game is really slow and boring and the combat sucks. I downloaded it because I thought it looked interesting. Turns out it wasn't. There might be something like really deep into this game that's interesting, but I really just do not feel like... I played it for like 10 minutes and I was like, God, I don't want to play anymore.
Right, that's fair. I guess it's just not a game for you. But what's the Like, did they explain the premise that was?
You're dead, and then you talk to the Grim Reaper, and then he's like, "Oh, hold on a minute, you're not supposed to be here," and then you run away and start killing everyone for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, the Unliving. It's a roguelike ARPG.
Oh, look at those animations.
One of my favorite classes in Diablo or ARPGs, Tony. I like to play the Witch Doctor Necromancer minion summoner in ARPGs.
They're really good fun. Yeah.
That's the sort of so when I saw this like minion summoning game, I was like, yeah, this sounds really cool. So what you do is the whole game is it's sort of like a strategy game where you control all the minions and you're going around killing people and then resummoning them as undead soldiers for you. And then they have different abilities that you can activate, like micromanagement. So like if you sacrifice the cleric, then it'll heal all of your units.
It's kind of similar to like top-down Overlord but with
Yeah.
even more allies.
I love the art style as well. I think it looks really
Yeah,
cool.
and the animations are like pretty decent. Really good.
One of my problems with the demo was when the whole game is about like the whole game's about the minions. Like the game,
Yeah.
you're not the character, right? You're just the catalyst for these minions.
Yeah.
When the whole game is minions, it feels kind of bad when the AI sucks.
Yeah.
Like the guy, fair enough. The guy posted the demo and said this isn't the final way the AI would work. I know that it's not working great right now, but like it was going to be changed. But like playing through it, the AI would just stand around doing nothing, and
Yeah, they need to be aggressive.
they would just stand around doing nothing, and they would have to be like micromanaged to shit. And it was like the enemies AI was terrible as well. They would just sometimes run into walls or they wouldn't do anything. Like for a game where it's all about the minions, having the minions be kind of shit is not like a good sign, I would say.
Yeah. But if they're in development stage to like do that, yeah.
I mean,
hopefully it gets sorted.
I mean, you can say, "Oh, it's just for the demo," but the demo is you showing the game off to me, and that's the core part of the game.
Yeah.
So I can only give you so much slack. I do love the art style. I love the premise. I thought from what I played, the gameplay was pretty fun. It felt like the difficulty does start ramping up at some point where, do you fight your summoner feels kind of useless. You can upgrade him, but I feel like I would put more time into upgrading the actual. I don't know. I kind of like more stuff to do on the summoner. If the AI is
like more stuff
not
to
going to be
do
this
on
better.
like even like enhance what you've already summoned or something.
So you can shoot these like poxy little bolts, or you can summon these blood things, and you can get like upgrades to give you different things to do, but you don't really do anything.
Yeah.
This game has a lot of promise, I feel like. Whether it will follow through with it, we're going to have to keep an eye on this one. I feel like this is a game where you might enjoy it, Tony. Like, this seems like a Tony game.
It looks really good.
Where it has
my big thing with I guess a minion necromancy like stuff though is like, I really want to be able to like, do more interesting synergy with like me being able to do stuff to my minions. That's like something I'm really hankering for. So that'd be cool. Like I don't know, I don't know, like corrupting one of your minions become like a poison one, but that's gonna like kill itself soon or something.
You remember a game I used to play?
Strategic.
It was like it was a flash game called like Zombinator. It was almost like a puzzle game where you would have to start an infection, but set it up in a way so you would infect the most people as possible, and then you would upgrade your zombies and stuff like that. That game was really fun. That's another like game like this where you're killing people in order to get more minions for yourself, sort of thing. But the dev said that the AI is being worked on, so hopefully we can get a better version in the future.
Maybe there'd be another demo.
Ah, Tony, I'm playing an officially licensed Warhammer game, so that can only mean one thing. It's going to be okay or fucking awful.
Well, there's been another one that was licensed that was really good. So sometimes, very rarely, they're
Are
really
you talking
good.
about
But this
Total
one,
War? Are you talking about Total War
yeah,
3?
yeah,
I feel like, because like some video game studios are like, okay, we will only give our IP to certain companies,
yeah.
and
They
then
they vet and they're like, we want to make
we
sure it's really
you
good.
remember when like Battlefront had the whole drama and Disney was like, oh, you fucked up, you're losing
Yeah,
the IP to Star
yeah,
Wars,
yeah.
we're giving it to someone else. Warhammer's the opposite of like most of the companies where they just go, oh, you want to make a Warhammer game? Okay, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
So
And let's go around
like,
their office and go, have you got any Warhammer figurines? Well, okay, well that's enough for us.
but like it just ends in this like thing where there is such varying quality between every single Warhammer game that you just never
Yeah.
know what the quality of the game is going to be like until you play it. Warhammer Shootas Blood and Teef.
It's such a terrible name as well.
I mean, I have a better understanding of the orcs now because I played Warhammer Space Marine recently,
Yeah, yeah.
and I do quite like the
And can
orcs.
you explain to me why you're shooting other orcs? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know why orcs are killing other orcs. I guess maybe there's
Like there are rivaling orcs,
yeah, like a
but
clan rivalry.
it's not set up at all. It's just like you're just expecting like, oh yeah, sure.
As my friend Calvin was explaining to me the other day, orcs in the Warhammer universe, they have this understanding that if they paint something red, it will deal more damage. If they paint something yellow, it will go faster. If they paint something purple, it will go invisible.
They have a really strong tie to like psionics, and that's like how they manifest it. So like
Yeah,
that,
they
also like their tanks and things like they just like things that shouldn't like be built like just work somehow.
I do find that kind of thing kind of hilarious. They sort of remind me of
they're the
goblins
joke.
in a way as well,
Yeah,
from other like mythologies.
Well, there are actually like goblin-like creatures within like the orc structure. There's like lots of like that's why like they call them greenskins in Warhammer.
When you're playing like Space Marine, the better Warhammer game,
Yeah.
you're
Other than the hand animation.
you're flying in the sky and the orcs are just strapping missiles to their backs as jetpacks.
Yeah,
I just find
with Cockney
hilarious.
accents.
Yeah. It's gonna take more than that to kill an orc.
It's great. It's absolutely they're a lot of fun, but this I don't know. This does not seem like a lot of fun. This doesn't like to me capture what makes orcs fun.
I love War Boss Grimskull from Warhammer.
Yeah.
He's a fucking awesome character. Orcs.
So the other thing that orcs is that they have an implicit understanding. Like if you're like there's another orc in your clan, whoever's the biggest is like the person you follow because they slowly get bigger over time. So it's like they could have done so much more like with this premise.
So I'm someone who doesn't play I don't play the figurines Warhammer. I don't play the Warhammer games.
You don't care about the lore too much.
No, I don't really care about the war, but I've been slowly getting into it by playing the good games. So I've been playing stuff like I played Vermintide 2, which I really enjoyed. I like the Vermintide universe. I played.
It's like Age of Sigmar game, right? That's in the Sigma.
Yeah, the Sigma universe. The Sigma male universe.
Okay, I think that's a different.
I played Warhammer Death Hulk, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That one was like it had a great atmosphere and stuff, but the gameplay was awful.
Yeah, it was too clunky.
Space Marine I really enjoyed. I thought it was really fun. I have like a much more appreciation for Space Marines now.
Yeah.
And Ultramarines and Orcs and stuff like that. This game, I don't know. I didn't like it at all. It was shown off as a co-op game, but the demo was one of those fake multiplayer demos. I wanted to play this with my friend Jesse, who's a big Warhammer fan. But unfortunately, the demo wasn't multiplayer, so I couldn't play it with him. But really, what this demo boiled down to was you go into a room and you have to keep shooting orcs until a door opens. That's the whole game. And it just wasn't really that fun from what I played.
No.
Tony, do you know this game is from the creators of Hidden Through Time?
No. What? Okay.
You remember Hidden Through Time, that game Michael played, where you just click
Yes.
on like it's
Why?
like Where's Waldo? It's
Why did they
literally
make
the
that?
people that made that made this.
Why did they make a Warhammer game? What? I don't understand. I don't understand anything about this game. I'm very confused.
Here's Hidden Through. Yeah. Yeah, so they've made like a casual point and click game, and now they're making a 2D platformer shooter Warhammer game. Yeah, okay, I guess.
Guess they're Warhammer fans?
Maybe this game gets really good when you play it co-op, but from playing it single player, nah, not for me. I was really, because I saw this, I was like, I literally just played Broforce with my friend who I was going to play this with. I was like,
Yeah,
man, like
Warhammer Broforce could be great.
Warhammer Broforce could be really fun, but
if you get really into like pull the crazy stuff out of the lore, like, you could go absolutely crazy with it.
yeah, this just wasn't that fun from what I played, so kind of a shame on this one, but
Yeah.
maybe we'll see something on launch or post-launch, or the co-op will save it. We'll have to see with this one. Yeah, but that's the end, actually. That is every Steam Demo Fest game I played talked about, Tony.
Oh god.
Including
There's quite a few in the Misc category, isn't there?
Yeah. So
how many is it? 10?
Yeah, some of them were shit though, so they weren't long ones.
Yeah. One of them was also like a fake out because you already talked about it in the spotlight.
Yeah. If we didn't do that spotlight, Tony, it would have been longer.
Yep. Thank God. It would have been an hour longer, I
Thank
think.
God for me. So my favourites list, Tony, if you want to do a timestamp for people who want to see the demos that I was most interested in so they can check them out themselves or stuff like that. Favourites, number 1, Dome Romantik, above everything else. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch our spotlight on Dome Romantik. It was so good from Next Fest that I made a spotlight.
For an hour, we talked about it, I think.
Yeah, that game's a time sink. Then we have Hell Pie, the platformer from the Movement video. Turbo Overkill from the Shooter video. NeoDash from the Movement video, the Rocket League racing kind of game. My Friendly Neighborhood, the Resident Evil puppet game. And Golfie, the roguelike deck building golf game. Sorry?
Did you say Neon White?
I'm saying Neon White now, Tony.
Okay.
I think it deserves to be in there as well. I mean, it lost some points because it had anime in it.
Yeah.
But other than that...
It gained points for me.
Okay, gain Tony points for having anime in it. Okay.
It's crazy, stupid anime.
But yeah, Next Fest. My
that
thoughts...
was an okay mix.
Single player demos, great. VR multiplayer, fuck you. That's what I have to say. VR multiplayer demos sucked.
Yeah. Oh god.
But we'll see you next time when I play another 30 games and go insane. Hopefully on Twitch. I will stream them because that sounds fun. Funner than doing what I did. But, see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.